Welcome back to the bronze medal game of the Australian Mixed Ultimate Championships here in Ballarat, Victoria. My name is Kayla Locke and I'm joined in the commentary box by Simon Talbot. How are you, Simon?
I'm very, very good. Spent the last game out there in the conditions, so happy to be up in shelter here. But the conditions have a bit better. The wind's died off a little bit. It's still enough to make a difference, but not as strong as it's been all morning. And the sun's out, starting to warm up a bit. So we've got Hills Ultimate from the west of Sydney in the white, throwing the pool now to Kahlipsquid out of Melbourne in the light blue and green jerseys.
Yes, and both of these teams just coming off a loss. A universe point thriller with the Hills v Pie Wagon, whilst Kahlipsquid, Pompey Magnus got the better of them, going down 15-7. So we see Kahlipsquid moving down the offense. Ma to Peely. Peely just can't reel that fast disc in. Ma putting her hand up to acknowledge that was probably a little bit too fast for Ely. Hills have a chance to convert. We have Gann moving it quickly to the far side of the field. Dumps back to Lally. Lally puts a nice swinging throw up. Oh, and nice touch on that from Evans.
Yeah, Evans was all over that. Just peeled off his defender, assuming that the break backhand was going to come out, and the thrower was blindsided by the mark there, so they just didn't see Evans coming in at all.
Quick inside break there. Ian Griffiths finds Ma, shots at the backhand to Ely. Ely finds Ma again, high disc, but she uses her leap, but she puts it downfield. Great option there from Ma, but Evans just peels off that one. Just didn't have the body position. What did you see there on that, Simon?
Yeah, it was a nice sharp throw, and was going to be the path of Evans, but the wind pushed it up at the last second, and well out of Evans' reach, so he just had to back out of that one. So Calypsis seem to be setting up there, really pulling their stack and their handles apart, using the handles to work it through short, sharp, fast movement to be able to get a clear shot at one of their dead cutters, whereas Hills look to be going with what they've been playing all weekend, a split stack, isolating a cutter at the front.
Gann with the disc, considering his options. Getting there, gets a flick out to Tam. Gann just really crowding her on that dump throw though. Just running out of options, but there's been a call made. Perhaps a violation from Ian Griffiths.
Yep, uncontested foul on the mark. Sorry, contested foul.
Just going back in. Tam putting a forehand up, that floats, but it is collected by McClay. Gann fakes the forehand, dumps out to Lally. These two having a fantastic game together in their semi. Oh, great crossfield throw, but there has been a collision in the stack. We have Evans down. Bit of discussion, just deciding of what the impact of that was.
Yeah, Kahlipsquid will be well aware of that Gann and Lally pairing. They'll be doing everything they can to cut off any continuation cut. So once the first throw comes out, you saw Matthews Hunter came right around in front. They had to block off that next pass and force them to go somewhere else. So Mikhail De Silva to start with the disc about 20 out from goal.
Alex Evans back on his feet. Sorry, Ash Evans. We've got the three Evan brothers in this game, so got to make sure we're referring to the right one. De Silva. We've got Monty on the disc. Oh, and she puts a beautiful flick out, but
into a lot of traffic.
Yeah, a lot of traffic though. Prentice. Almost didn't recognise Prentice wearing a hat. No, he's... No, Copland. Prentice considers their options.
A lot of space in the middle there.
Finds a flick down the field, just cramming it down that far sideline. Murphy's Hunter looking to get it off the sideline, does what he can, but just crams it in the cram hole. Copland with the goal there.
And opening score to Kahlipsquid there. So the bronze medal game can be mentally one of the toughest games at the tournament because
100%.
It usually happens right after the semi-final, and it can be heartbreaking for teams that could be mere yards away, as we saw from the gold medal game berth, all of a sudden have it quickly swing the other way, and now they've got to back up for a second game immediately. So it's going to be mentally tougher for Hills because they had a very, very close game, a heartbreaking loss in the last one, whereas Kahlipsquid,
Change their name every
uh,
year.
Kahlipsquid had, I guess, more time to come to terms with the fact that they were done. They were in a more one-sided semi-final.
Definitely, and they've kind of got nothing to lose coming into this game.
Yeah, they're pretty relaxed about it all. They would like the win. They're not going to outwardly display that. They're still going to play their best, but they don't sort of really have anything personally at stake for them, with not as much preparation for this season as the Hills crew have had.
Definitely, this Kahlipsquid unit just being a group of friends who all just happen to be some of Australia's top players.
Mm-hmm.
You know, many of them playing with the Ellipsis women's team in this WUT campaign. Some of the men also forming the leadership group of the new Ellipsis men's teams that's forming this new season.
Yep. Also quite a lot of Aussie representatives, both senior and age group.
And we also have 2 New Zealand representatives as well. We've got Eva Weverall coming on for this D-line, and then Angus Hines as well.
Big deep pull heading into the breeze.
That was a beautiful pull. Of Hanley picking up. Centres it to Hudson. Tough mark on there from Chong. She finds Cheng. Oh, he fakes the backhand. He wants it. Dishes it up though.
Very little structure to this offense.
Oh, great take there from Hudson. Hill's just needing to steady, find some structure. Very tight forehand there to Cheng, but he puts a huge around break there. Gets some space. Oh, and we have a big blading flick, but that's just coming down way too fast.
Too much, and the movement out of the stack had really dried up, so that's why the handlers sort of look to each other to do a big swinging movements across the field.
It was a great swing there from Cheng as well. That
to get
around.
that low forehand out.
Yeah, it's not an easy throw.
No. But, the breeze has really died off here, so we'll go back to seeing some big throwing from both these teams.
Both of them 100% capable of it. We saw Gann putting up a lot of hucks in the last game. Got Vino with the disc. Overthrows it for you. Evans trying to get it, but too much for any of them.
I saw a few of those kind of throws in the semi-final against Poppy Magnus. Just trying to do too much with the throw rather than just sort of trusting their teammate just to run onto it. They're trying to really nail the target.
Lee with a very active mark there.
Evans.
Great bid there from Evans to get the D. High throw there. Looks good with another chance to convert. You, the far side with that disc. Centres it to Lee.
Not a little bit of structure to the Squid's offensive movement.
Fino having to run back for the dump. A number of these players also playing in the recent Australian Ultimate League as well.
Low pass.
That was very low. Great take there from Lee. Swings it back to Andrews. Finds a Weverall. Puts it over the top.
The old go fetch.
Tries to throw it over the top to Andrews, but just doesn't connect. I don't think he was quite ready for that.
Yeah, he just wrong-footed himself. Wasn't sure whether to turn left or right to go get it, and couldn't make a decision in the end. It's Hill's setting up the vertical stack. Hopefully be a bit tidier this time, given they've got some time to set up a play.
Hanley putting out a nice backhand.
Yep.
Oh, that's safe in the hands there of Sutton. He's looking for that dump though. He knows not to go chuck that in the end zone.
Cheng looking across the field immediately, but no movement, no one. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Finds that swing. High throw.
Matt Hannah there.
They're happy to move it around their handlers until they find that downfield option they want. They're happy to give up that space.
Stack's a long way away. They're sitting in the end zone and haven't adjusted to this position.
Hudson fumbling a little bit.
Yeah, so when Sutton had the disc at the end zone line before, they set up the stack in the end zone, but the disc has moved back about 20 metres now and the stack hasn't adjusted, so they'll do well to get it out from here.
Hudson really struggling to find something, but she gets it to Cheng. Huge flick over the top.
Yep, right decision.
Yeah, beautiful decision.
Iris Farrat there with the goal. She immediately saw that things were very very crammed onto the near sideline, and so she just put the hand up, just let the throwers know that's where she was prepared to move to if the throw goes up, and I think it was Matt Hanna there, I think was the thrower, just put it up and landed right in her lap.
Yeah, that number of these players having built connections through a variety of teams. I know, for example, we saw Gan and Farrat and Lally playing for the Lockout New South Wales mixed team at the Under-22s last year.
Yep.
Who took the gold.
Yep. There's also some connections through some of the women who have played a couple of years together with the GWS Blaze, Greater Western Sydney Blaze, in the women's competition, Australian Ultimate Championships. Hudson, Monty, Janisek, Handley, all of that team, and Mitch Sutton, one of the leaders of this team, was their coach this year. Took them to a silver medal.
Which is a fantastic result for a team in their second year.
And that was in the final against Ellipsis, the women's team, who quite a few representatives from that team are on this team here. So the strength of Australian Women's Ultimate, getting teams through to the top 4 at the mixed championships.
100%.
Good that chase down. Matthews Hunter unmarked.
Puts the flick out to Ely. Just move it between the handlers there. Matthew Hunter's still unmarked. Gan just opting to poach off, but clamps down now as the still count gets higher. Finds Prentice, but there has been a pick. Ma knew straight away she was in a paddock of space and put it straight back to Prentice. Gets it down the line. Nice sounds of clap catches coming through in your audio. Finds Egan Griffiths. She pops it into the corner.
Great turn by Liu there.
Yeah. Great easy goal for Liu. This team's namesake, Kahlip.
Yeah, great. Kahlipsquid like to really have lots of short, sharp movement around the front of the stack, which is the result of the pick there, with not many cuts coming deep unless they come typically from a handle or from the front of the stack. I was just watching defensively. Who Hannah Monty takes up on the defensive matchup that she takes, because she will mark any of these players out of the game. She took the matchup on Prentice there and was just letting Prentice get those resets, knowing that we've seen all weekend Prentice really acts as the anchor for this offense. Doesn't really take any upfield cuts, so Monta was really playing off her, letting that reset happen just to put extra pressure on those throws around the front of the stack. So interesting to watch her do more of that this game. So this time Hills bring their offensive line out. It's a 4 women point. I reckon they'll probably play usually two male, 1 female handler back. Probably Handley, Sutton, perhaps Scammell, maybe. And then I'll probably come down with a horizontal set, I reckon. And Kahlipsquid haven't really played a lot of zone. They only sort of play it a couple of times a game just to switch things up. They'll just trust their match-based offense. Huge pull. They're going to stay in.
Yep. Sutton decides to take it.
Deep in their own end zone.
Handley just putting that a little bit too low there. Dow having to go for a tumble.
Felt that little bit of defensive pressure there.
Just shows the power of a strong deep pull. Weatherall centres. Evans tries to lay out, but
Copeland there.
Copeland, yep. Just can't quite find that one.
That's the primary shot they look for at the end zone. It's just that short inside break, just over a range of about less than 10 metres. The trouble is you haven't got a lot of time to react to it if it's not quite on target, because it's only in the air for a fraction of a second.
Hills now with another chance to reset. See, Sally Yu is poaching off Handley a bit. Just making sure she doesn't get up the line. But Hills find an undercut. Oh, great options there. Finds Biddy Tam. Hills moving smoothly. Huge put out there. Great bid from Steph Chong to get on that, but no chance. He'll get that one.
Much cleaner movement from Hills there. Great offense. We're going to throw down to Claire Hussey on the sideline. She's going to give us a bit of insight. What are you seeing down there, Claire?
Yeah, I'm feeling there's a high level of energy. There's both teams are really up for this bronze. Hills wanting to get the New South Wales seeds 1, 2, 3 going out next year, and just chatting with Hannah Monty. She's been saying how they've been struggling hitting their deep shots, but right then they managed to fix it up, choose the right options, and yeah, they're so up for this bronze medal. Both sides, the energy's really high down here. Back up to you.
Yep. Any team always willing to go home with a medal. Always good to get a souvenir of the effort you've put in for the season. So Hills on defence now. Got a very tall defensive line again. I'm just going to keep an eye just to see who Monty takes the match up here. Prentice is not on this point, so I reckon she'll probably go to Egan Griffiths. And Janicek probably to Caro Ma. So let's keep an eye on those matchups.
It'll be interesting to see. In the last game, Monty got a fantastic D from a pack grab against a couple of the guys from Piewagon, so she is not afraid to match up on any player. Yeah. Like an early huck there from Kahlipsquid. Ely the receiver. Early jump from the Hills defender, but Ely just waits patiently, scoops it up on the second attempt.
Yeah, McClay there, the defender. Ely had position there, and McClay was running with the disc over his head, so just had to go at something, and Ely unfazed by that leap, and just picked his time. He left himself, but
didn't need to.
Bailed out of the jump halfway through. Terrific shot there, Bollyou.
Yeah, fantastic shot. No, McClay is one of the rookies on this Hills team, been only playing for a couple of years, but already has been making some good actions, particularly as a receiver and a defender.
Yep.
Saw him get a couple of goals in the last game.
Yeah, being on the end of some of those throws though, like it's quick. It's easy to learn very quickly when you got the likes of Dow, Monty, Handley, Gam.
Definitely, and coming up against opponents like Peter Ely, who's played for the Dingoes, and a strong player across a number of clubs in Australia.
Yeah.
Jumping around from Sublime to Colony now to Ellipsis.
Bit of a journeyman. Just looking Prentice on the defensive line for Kahlipsquid here. There she is. She's fourth from the left there. Wonder whether she'll take a handler mark or a deep mark. So it's 4 women this point, and just on paper, on balance, you'd put Kahlipsquid to the advantage here, but Mitch Sutton, he'll sit back and be the key mover of the disc this point.
And you called it. There he is, coming back to accept that pull. Great pull there. Showing the wind has really died down.
Yeah.
Hudson, his handler back, and she's just struggling to get free, but finds Betty Tan, but...
Yeah, Hills just had to completely abandon their set play there. They were too far back in the end zone, and Kahlipsquid had the defence set up very quickly.
Matthews Hunter walking over to the disc.
Simple vote stack. They'll probably move it midfield first.
Yep, called it. There's Prentice. She looks for options. Finds Matthews Hunter again. He puts it out into space for Weverill. Weverill fakes the backhand, fakes the forehand. Gets the flick around. Oh, great low backhand there. Andrews on the doorstep. Thinks about it. Just knows he's too crammed at sideline.
Gotta be high.
Yep. Still gets Prentice though. She puts the flick out. Matthews Hunter.
Yep.
Finds it in the end. Into the hands of Andrews. And there's a goal for Kahlipsquid. There's their break.
Yeah, fair bit of territory covered by Matthews Hunter there. Was providing what they were tending to do is try to look for their handlers to get forward movement rather than try and throw to their stack. And so Matthews Hunter working both sides of the field there at full speed. And it's very, very conservative with their throws. But Rob Andrews, just the blistering pace there coming across the field, and just a nice short range forehand for the goal. And that brings the score out to 4-2 to Kahlipsquid. That's the conversion they want.
Exactly. And Matthews Hunter earning that assist.
Yep. So not a lot of movement came out of their stack, but just it meant the defence would be tempted to sort of peel off and help out. But they know that the second they move off their their assignment, that cutter's just going to go straight to the opposite side of the field and be open for an over-the-top throw.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating to do that as a defender sometimes, knowing that the second you lose focus or pay attention somewhere else, you'll get cooked. But when you feel like you want to actually do more than you're currently doing. But, Copeland with the pull here. The wind's starting to sort of come towards the camera now, so a bit more of a cross breeze than up and down as it has been this morning.
Again, really quickly receiving that pull. Got a bit of an overthrow there from Monty to Hanley.
Yep.
Just about to say that Hanley and Gann are working it up well, but
Yep, was off balance on that first throw.
yeah. Evans thinking about his options, goes crossfield. That is floaty.
Oh boy.
Yep. Those Hills players getting a taste, making sure Kahlipsquid had no chance on it.
Both Black and Monty coming in over the top.
Gann trying to find the swing.
Cheryl Lee Hing is 50 metres away from the disc at the moment.
Yeah,
Prentice has gone to her now.
Yep. Trying to stretch it. Onto Mercedes. Gann. Is he going to put the flick up? Let's see. Nope.
Oh, so close.
Ma almost had that one. Trying to find the around. Struggling. Right through the field to Monty. She was in a paddock of space. Monty dumps the Lally. Wants it again. Clears though. Not a ton of options. Finds Hanley though. Gives back to Lally. Quick movement there. Monty. Oh, great find. Just putting it right through a gap.
Oh,
such an
amazing.
easy one. Easy throw for Black to run onto.
Oh,
Hills get their one back.
unbelievable. Monty could find space in a phone booth. Just the way she was picking out the Squid defenders were really just poaching off, covering space. And Monty was just able to find gaps there twice that point. And that window she threw through, she had about a 30 centimetre margin of error there to get it past two defenders and just put it out in space for Black. That was incredible effort at that point.
Fantastic throw there.
Yeah. Look at that again. Timed it beautifully. Oh, she had that lined up a while ago. Just needed Rob Andrews to turn Copeland to turn his back for half a second. And that's 4-3 to Kahlipsis. They're now shooting downwind to bring the score back to 4-all.
Yeah, let's see what sort of energy this Hills D-line can bring down. We've got Monty on again.
Yep. Monty will, who will she go to this one? I reckon she'll probably go to Ma. Is that Ma? No, sorry, that's Evil Weatherall.
Yeah, we've got Weatherall, Egan Griffiths, Vino.
She'll probably take Egan Griffiths again, I think.
Yep.
And who's going to take the Andrews matchup? We'll probably go, I reckon Scammel's probably got to make a beeline for him.
Bouncy pull there for Matthews Hunter. Defender in the way of his first option. Finds Andrews though, right on the sideline. He does not seem phased. Finds a flick to Everall. Great kicking mark there from Hills. Centres it around to Egan Griffiths. Great hands on that.
Yeah. Monty's played herself at the back of the stack, ready to peel off for any deep shots.
Egan Griffiths. Less
That is
than 10
a
metres
massive
out.
end zone.
Oh, that is scrappy. But she finds Andrews
Yep.
for the swing. Evans was there for continuation. Opts not to take him. Comes back down for a dump though. Oh, great hand block there.
Huge hand block
That
from
was a-
Ant Dow.
Great read there from Matt Dale, showing his wealth of experience.
The veteran still getting it done. He's
Oh, got the heart coming up early. It's swinging back down. Oh, great read. Bit of bumping there between Peely and McClay.
Ely's gone. The shot's going to go. Surely. No.
Finds Vino on the far side of the
Smart
field.
by Vino.
Sends it back to Andrews. Comes back for a dump option. They're going to give go. Oh, and bit of a fumble. She can't hold on to that.
Vino worked out that Monty was just peeling the back off her, and so she just had every free undercut she wanted. So it was smart by her to just really play under the whole time, and good by the rest of Squid just to give her the space to do that.
Yep.
And Dow to pick up the disc. No reset option for him, so he's only throwing forward. Scammell.
Oh,
Lady shot over the top.
that
Couple
is-
of bodies underneath it. Pete Ely.
Ugh.
knew that was just going to drop in short, so I just had to play in front. And
Got the positioning right there.
Timed his leap beautifully. That was great. Ant Dow, he's spent most of his career just as a big playmaker, but he's very much playing as like a plan B for Hills. He just sort of hangs out in the stack, plays a bit of defense here and there, but lets everyone else control the defense. But geez, hell of a plan B to have.
Definitely. That's one way to develop your players. Oh, that is a swirl. Fantastic grab there from Evans. He was not the intended receiver, but he gets it done. He gets the disc.
Keeps it alive. Egan Griffiths.
Finds Ely. Puts it down the line.
But
too low.
at her toes. Just hurried the throw, but Farrat was getting across and put pressure on her and it forced her to pull up a bit. So, another go for Hills. Very deep stack. This shot's going to go somewhere.
Yeah, Sutton and Scammell back. And there we go. There it is. To Monty. Oh! Just in the...
She was looking over her right shoulder. Just knew that she was going to have to turn and look, but taking her off a fast moving distance, just half a second can have to readjust your readers. We see that layout save from Evans there.
She had the fingertip on it. You can see it just bounce off the top of her hand.
It was difficult to reel in that one.
It's the sort of thing where that was probably the only way she was going to possibly catch it.
Yeah.
She wasn't going to be able to get two hands on it.
No.
But
Had to go blindside.
Yep.
So Matthews Hunter to restart for Kahlipsquid, 64 from goal. They've got their stack deep as well. The front of the stack about 20 metres away from the disc.
Get the early cut there from Andrews.
Yeah, it's not going to bother Matthews Hunter though.
No.
Unless everyone's in his way.
Which is what happened. Andrews did not clear out there, which is uncharacteristic for such an experienced player. Puts it around Matthews Hunter. Really pressured defense here from Hills, making it difficult. Finds Ely though.
Deep inside their own end zone, Vino.
Another drop from Vino.
Again, that's 3 now.
Should be disappointed with herself. Hills sitting outside the end zone. Scammell. Sutton, sorry.
Over the top.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Straight to Weatherall's hands, yep. Had no options in short, had to go over. Matthews Hunter
and he
has
puts
Pete
it.
Ely on his own. Scammell does well to get there.
Fantastic grab there from Ely. Getting the footy slide. Puts it crossfield for Vino. She reels that one in safely. Crossfield flick to Ely. It's got Weatherall in a paddock of space. Oh, she lays out. Did she hold on to it?
Yep.
She did.
I want to give huge credit to Pete Ely there for some brilliant mixed ultimate, because what has happened is Miriam Vino had dropped 3 cold drops to that point.
Yep.
And Pete Ely spotted her up crossfield on her own.
Yep.
Now, some players would holster that throw thinking, oh God, they've dropped that 3 points.
Yep.
Nope, absolutely not. Pete Ely fully trusted her, sent it across the field.
Yep.
She repaid the faith by continuing the movement, taking that one-handed catch straight back to him, allowing Ely to set up that goal. Fantastic.
Yeah, mixed ultimate.
Fantastic play by Pete Ely, just that full trust in his teammate.
And just putting out great options as well, recognising that Weatherall was totally open and giving it to her.
I was just going to ignore that throw because Weatherall had to go full stretch to get it, even though she was completely unguarded. So
yeah, he still put it to her though. That's
yeah,
what
absolutely. Yeah, he just
didn't wait for one of the blokes to cut up.
Yeah, again, just complete and full trust in his teammates, and it's been paid off.
And I think that's something that a lot of this team are playing with Ellipsis and with the start of their men's team and Peter Ely being one of their leadership. Gender equality and equity is something they stand for hugely. So, I mean, if you're dating Cat Phillips, you can't get away with being an arsehole to women in ultimate. See the ball come up.
5-3 to the Squid's advantage now.
Hanley moving it to Gann. I want to see Gann putting it long.
Yeah, but they're well aware of that, and they've got players sitting at the back as soon as Gann gets it. So you can see Ma and Weimer are sitting deep, just daring him to put it into their space.
Oh, great take there from Hanley.
Good.
She's right on the end zone line. Manages to get it round Chong. Matthews Hunter not putting too strong a mark on there.
Good by you. Great by you.
Oh. No dump back, but finds space. Gan gets it. Oh, that is fantastic. Lou had no chance on that. Oh, we are in the bromance again. But there has been a call.
I think it's been a pick call.
Okay.
Yeah. Game advisor Dan Rules signalling that a pick was called. I think the pick happened quite some time ago, but you was able to just delay the call for a second just to see if there was an advantage, and yeah, there was a clear advantage. So, play a restart with Lely on the goal line.
Puts it into Hanley's hands.
Yeah.
That is a secure goal. Who's to hold?
Yeah. So 5-4 to Kahlipsquid. As you see there again, Lely just had no eyes for the end zone, just saw what was coming behind him, and again, that's the kind of discipline you see at this top level of Ultimate, is players right on the goal line. They're so tempted, like, we're so close, we've worked at 64 metres, we're right here. But the experienced teams, they're comfortable losing a couple of metres just in order to make it a safer throw. So, well, he just turned his back to the end zone, had a look what was coming, but fortunately Handley had enough separation from a defender that he could just lift that short pass into the end zone.
Definitely. And again, we just saw the bromance continue between Alex Gann and Nick Lally. Not quite enough to put another scoreboard on for them, but Lally was patient. He didn't try to jump it in and lose the disc.
And so Kahlipsquid, they're starting to be a bit more vocal on the sideline. I think that there are, in response, Hill's very vocal on the sideline here, keeping the energy up, keeping it fun and positive.
Lally starting a nice chant.
Huge rundown. Silver's going to get there for the first pass. Oh no, pulls up because he's Silver's gone to Prentice and Monty's gone to Ash Evans.
Quick movement there. Andrew's thinking about it. He puts it.
Weatherall's had to turn, comes in, plays on the
bobbles
chest.
it. Just manages to reel it in.
Yeah.
She looks off Evans. Gives him another shot though. He's less than a metre out.
That wide. Yeah.
Pierces that one into Vino.
Yeah, just that wide pivot from Ash Evans just really extends his full length to get around the marker. He pivoted about a metre and a half into the end zone just to get that throw past. But Weatherall, that was a fantastic read because the pace of that throw and the pace of that throw died off in the last 5 metres, and she was running into the wind and knew that was going to happen, so just pulled up.
Yep.
And in the end, it dropped into her hand. She had to take a couple of grabs at it to lock it in, but no, she did well to reel that in. So 6-4 to Kahlipsquid. They maintained the advantage. So they responded to an upwind conversion from Hills with one of their own.
Yep.
It's the best way to do it. It's when you get an upwind conversion, you get all excited because now you're about to go downwind and have a 2-goal swing, but to concede that immediately can be a bit disheartening. Know that you got a pretty even game on your hands.
Definitely. You know, we're all hailing from Wellington, New Zealand, which was known particularly for its wind, so she not fazed by throwing and receiving the wind, is probably used to having to bobble some weird throws.
Yep, not her first rodeo.
Definitely. And we have New Zealand Ultimates meteorologist. I cannot say that word.
Meteorologist.
That's the one. Angus Hines on this line. I think this is probably one of the first points we've seen him on for.
First defensive points. He plays mostly offense, but
there we go.
Hanley again.
And Kahlipsquid coming out in a zone.
Yep.
Finding Hudson.
A lot of attention being paid to Lely whenever Gann has a disc.
Of course, they know that connection's there and they'll be wanting to shut it down.
And vice versa.
Yep. Again, right on the sideline. Lully's busting deep.
Yep.
He sends it. He knows it's on. He's got you and Hines there.
Behind him.
Lully has the height advantage there. And again, he's just going to offer it, dumps it to Gann. Considers his option. Lully just needs to clear here, though.
Oh, wow.
Never mind. He pierces it through. He gets there.
He threw a break throw to the open side. It's all the way around, but
Bending the rules.
I think Hines, sorry. Lely had his match up with Hines and just knew that the athletic, just heading for pace, and so immediately took off to the end zone. And Gam was looking nowhere else.
Yep. He definitely utilised that mismatch.
Yep, Sally Yu did well to peel off the back of the stack and make a contest of it, but the sideline for the Hills just let her know that was happening behind him, so that's why he pulled up short, just to hold that front position and take that catch. Good play by him.
And also a great play by him by managing to get in there without initiating a ton of contact with the defenders as well.
Yeah, but Kahlipsquid are very aware that whenever one of Gan or Lely has a diss, the first look's going to be to the other. They had that well scouted early on in that point, but just when Lely took off, that's when they lost sight of that for long enough to make that happen. And so margin of 1 goal, but still advantage with Kahlipsis.
I feel like Kahlipsquid are probably going to have to utilise potentially a, shut down on one of those two players if they're going to play zone.
Yeah, like a six zone and one assassination.
Assassination is what I was looking for. Mouth the disc.
In Griffiths. Andrew's all on his own. He's got crossfield options.
Peter Ely just sitting there, clearing space.
They're working hard. Andrews wants to break side. Mar finally responds.
Ely cutting back off that. Dumps back to Andrews though. Gets the continuation. These two having chemistry from their WUC season together at Chile. Oh, we get a hand block there.
Foot block.
Foot block. I wonder if he's wearing those socks that Ballarat Ultimate is selling.
This Macleay Ely match has been fantastic. Macleay's really stepped up and challenged the Australian representative player. Here he goes for the undercut.
Yep. Finds Monty though. Is she going to put it? But no, there's been a pick called.
Pick called, no stop. She was looking at the end zone. I think, first look was at Ant Dow there, but she'll have a chance to reassess now. Goes in short to Lamb. Lamb trying to keep it in bounds. Egan Griffiths already shaking her head, not happy with that. Scammell confirms the block. Monty in short and
slipped through her hands there.
Yeah, pressured defense there. Just was enough. Monty had too many things to worry about there. The sideline, the throw, and Egan Griffiths coming in hot. So Mar to restart. About 50 from goal.
Early swing there from Matthews Hunter. Finds Vino. Using the full
free shot. Who's going? No one.
Yeah, finds Vino. They're using the full width of the field here, this team.
Yeah. His deep cuts aren't coming. Matthews Hunter finally gets on his bike and he'll come. He's got the easy under here.
There we go. Gets the unders from Andrew.
Yep.
Centres back round. He'll swing it back to Alex Evans.
A lot more cuts happening
Ash
now.
Evans.
They're close to the end zone. Inside shot. There it is again.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
Just greatly weighted there by Egan Griffiths. Andrew's not looking flustered at all. Happy to swing it all day. And that's what they do. They swing it round and get the disc. Caramel with the goal there for Kahlipsquid.
Great offensive movement. I notice something we've seen a lot this weekend is the dump. Like the reset player plays incredibly close to the throw, but not like Kahlipsquid. They set up their cut close, but allow a good 7 or 8 metre pass. This means that the throw can come out cleaner, can be to the cutter's advantage, and this while still not having enough time for the defence to react to it. A lot of I've been complaining about it all weekend. It's hard to throw a 3 metre pass.
Oh,
so
you've seen so many teams do that. Setting their dump up way too close, crowding them, particularly when they've got a rookie with the disc as well.
Yep. Yeah, so just watching how Kahlipsquid set up those resets, particularly as they start further downfield, they're not afraid to set up their resets 15, 20 metres away from the disc, just trusting everyone's got that level of throw. We're going to shoot down now to Claire Hussey on the sideline.
Yeah, hi there. I'm here on the away sideline, and it's mostly the Hills camp. And during that point, the Hills defence communication was all about taking away whatever threat they chose. So they were calling no inside, no around, no straight up. So I think perhaps they're trying to chase too many puppies there, and wondering if they're going to change their defense to just focus on one mark. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so trying to just do too much around the end zone there. Good observation there. Kahlipsquid running with the zone.
Again, moving it through to Hudson.
Yep.
Oh, great piercing throw there to Lally. Those two can just have magnets on each other.
Yeah, here we go. Leo's gone straight to Gan now. There's a one-on-one matchup. Oh, everyone else keeps their zone on.
Hanley, round again.
And still fights with a big hammer shot cross
that
field.
is beautiful.
Braden Cheng to Lally.
Pierces it through there. Hudson finds Hanley. Just great zone movement here. Oh, and we got it. We got a tumbling goal there from Alex Gann. This time the goal going the other way around, Lally to Gann. But that connection is there. Those magnets are still there.
Yeah, both. They're running pretty well against the zone hills, but they weren't finding as free a movement against the match defense. So you wonder if Squid will move. If I were them, I'd move back to a match defense next point.
100%.
But even Gann even able to find space, even with a direct match markup on him.
Yep.
Yeah, but still the advantage is with Squid. If they get this offensive one in, they'll take half. So now will be the time for an opportune defensive conversion. So we're coming up on the 45-minute mark of the game. So still plenty of time. I think we'll probably get to 15 before we get to 80 minutes.
Yeah.
With the pace, with the rate that these goals being scored.
This game is definitely moving a lot faster than some of the other games that we've seen on this field.
Yep.
Particularly with the wind dying down now too.
Yeah, more favourable conditions for fast-paced ultimate. So Monty on the field for this defence. 4 women this point. We've got Sutton as well. Black. Haven't seen Black have much of an impact on this game yet. I reckon he might. Is it McClay? So I reckon Black will probably take either the Andrews or the Ely matchup. Yeah, with Sutton taking the other one.
Well, interesting to see where
Yeah, Black's gone to
Monty's
Ely.
running down.
Black to Ely, Sutton to Andrews.
Yep.
And Monty to Prentice.
Just kind of poaching a little in the lane though.
Yep, just, again, like we spoke before, knowing Prentice doesn't cut upfield often, so just willing to give that, but some heat on that throw, forces it into the ground, Sutton to restart.
There has been a pick called though before the deceiving comes into play.
Brenda Lamb was taken off towards the back corner, but Sally Yu had a few bodies in her way, so pulled up to avoid the collision. Crossfield shot looking for Black. It's over his head, but falls into his lap.
There we go.
And that's the conversion they needed, 7-all.
Whoever takes this next point takes half, so it's anyone's game at this point. This is the close matchup that we want to see in this competition.
Yep, so Hills, great run down pressure, and like we said, Monty's just willing to give up those backwards and sideways passes to Prentice, because she knows that Prentice is acting as the anchor and won't cut upfield much, so no use trying to really stay tight on it, knowing that the throw's going to go back there anyway, so if she can, in the meantime, she can just sort of sit out of the lane and help out her markers, and she's communicates a lot on the field, so she'll be there telling the marker just where she is, so just that the marker knows they don't really have to cover, the right hand or the left hand.
Yeah.
So playing very smart defense.
Definitely.
So it'll be another 4-women point. Monty off for this one. Oh no, she's back on now. He's telling Scammell just to kick rocks, and she'll get it done.
Yep.
With last game of the tournament, you don't need to worry about saving anyone's legs, saving anyone's tank. Just play every point you're capable of.
Yep.
Do what you need to get the goal.
Exactly, and that's often the time that you need to put some really strategic lines on, particularly if it's a make or break of whether you
Yep.
go home with a medal.
Squids, I reckon, just need to shoot this point. They need to just stamp their authority in the game with
Yep.
a quick goal to take half.
And we've seen that they're capable of that.
Yep.
You know, any of these players are capable of shooting.
Yep.
We've got a female handler line back with
Yep.
Prentice, Eden Griffiths, and
Yep.
Ma.
Here we go. Set play. Andrews. Vino, come on. They've run straight into each other's path and caused the pick, which has killed off this set play.
Yep.
Now, Monty's actually gone to Evans on the matchup, forcing him to go under, knowing that he does like to be on the end of those hucks. So he's got about 10 metres free, so he'll probably come out to this near side for an easy under as soon as the disc restarts. All the break side, but
Oh, great bobble there from
two
Evans.
taps at it.
Andrews.
Eden Griffiths is gone deep and has territory, but they're going to work a lot through Andrews here, I think.
Yep.
Andrews and Evans.
Yep. They're doing exactly that. Having the boys back as their handlers now. After actually starting with their female handlers.
Oh, high stall count, but gets it
Yep.
out to Copeland.
Finds Evans. He thinks about it. Puts it out to Copeland. But there has been a pick called.
That should stay with Copeland, I think.
Hmm?
That should stay with Copeland, I think.
I would say Copeland based on the spelling.
Yeah. Oh, the disc.
Oh, the disc should stay with
Yeah,
Copeland.
the disc should stay with him.
Yeah.
Given that his cut and defence wasn't affected by that pick.
Yeah.
Evans running the line now.
Oh, puts
Another
a
great
really
break
low
through.
disc. Oh my gosh.
Andrews scoops it up off the ground. Evans telling him not inbound, but Lely was right there.
Yep.
It says no, that was inbounds.
Yep. Great spirit by Lally.
Yep, first contact with the ground in the goal. And Kahlipsquid take half.
Yeah, we've really got a game on our hands here. Just
Yep.
trading points at this stage.
Yep. Just like before, we're just ticking up towards 50 minutes in the game, so we're about 25 minutes of play before time cap. In for an exciting second half. We're going to take a break for a couple of minutes and be back with the second half.
See you soon. Welcome back to the bronze medal game of the Australian Mixed Ultimate Championships. We have Hills up against Kahlipsquid. Kahlipsquid taking half 8-7, so it's a very tight match.
Yep.
My name's Kay Locke and I'm joined here by Simon Talbot.
G'day, g'day. We're also joined by Claire Hussey on the sideline of this game. Claire, give us a wave. No. Oh, there she is, yep.
Yep.
Your thoughts on the second half, Claire?
Second half's going to be just as close as the first. I think Kahlipsquid are going to keep that disc moving fast. It's just whether they can keep it into each other's hands. Every third throw seems to be a bit of a stretch. And I think they might just keep their nose out in front.
Yep. Any key defensive matchups we should be watching? Nope. We're trialling the sideline commentator today, and we're still working out the technical side of it. But thought just adding where we can to the coverage for the fans at home. So the brick will be taken by Mitch Sutton, and they've got their it's a 2-5 horizontal stack or a split stack.
Shout out to everyone who's watching at home, wherever in the country or the world you are. Get fast movement here from Hills on the far sideline. They want to punch in this offense point. Centre round.
Collapse into a central vert now, but everyone's deep.
Oh, a bit of a fumble there, but Sutton collects.
Brad Jeng with an off-balance throw.
Good work on him managing to get that out.
Another great break throw.
Great movement on those rounds. Not pressured at all by the mark on from Evans.
Lu Hing is putting in the work here, but she's just not been looked at by the throwers.
Betty Tan cutting on the open side. Again looked off until we get
fourth under. God.
big huck.
No.
Big box there.
No. Terrible decision making by Hills throwers there. Lu Hing
Yeah.
had that far sideline. She had 4 efforts of going 30 metres deep, 30 metres under, and just got disregarded every time. Not on.
Not on at all. And that's something that we've seen is that Hills are best when they're using their full team, particularly their women. And if they're looking off their women, that's when they make poor decisions.
Matthews Hunter for Weatherall. Weatherall just easy to like.
She's got Chong there. She's just
Time out! No!
called a timeout. Oh,
Throw the goal lever.
she had Chong there.
Yeah. Chong did well to make up that ground. After that first throw, she was at the front of the stack, and while the disc was in the air, she covered about 40 metres ahead of her player. But I think in the semi-final, they throwing to the right side of the screen, they had quite a few turnovers in the end zone. I think just a bit of eagerness and cuteness with the throw. So maybe Weatherall had that in the back of her mind. Thought, let's just take a breath.
Let's just
set up
steady.
properly. Yep. So
Yep.
they'll look to isolate someone in the end zone here. So either Weatherall will have the disc with her coming out of the timeout. I reckon they'll probably have Matthews Hunter out, and they'll probably isolate him starting from a handle position. Whereas Hills, they'll just try and set a match deficit. I don't think they'll try and be too tricky. I don't think they'll call a zone. I think what they'll be talking about mostly is what they will do when they get the block.
Yep.
Is the language that they'll try and use rather than worry about what the offense is going to do, talk about what they are going to do.
Yep.
So, of course, they have to wait for the offense to set. The offense, once they are set, cannot move until the defense sets. So, there's an opportunity. These kind of calls are absolutely to the advantage of the defense, given that they get to regroup, have a rethink, and get to set after the offense sets. So they can look at what the offense is putting up and adjust accordingly. So
And you called it exactly, Simon. We've got Matthews Hunter isolated out in that handler position.
I reckon I'll swing to Matthews Hunter with either Copeland, Evans, or Chong, one of those front three heading into the far side. Or it could just be an inside shot to Copeland.
Yep.
If that Copeland's ready, I think that'll be it. Oh, doesn't come off. Oh, the old the flood play. How did we not see that?
Oh, everyone flooded that break side, leaving the open side just open as a paddock for you. But there has been a call made.
Really? You're kidding.
Yep. just in the corner. It's a bit hard for us to see from this box, but I can see there's a bit of discussion there between you and Tan.
So foul.
Oh, sorry. That's not Tan.
Contested offensive foul, I think. Or had to have been, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't have called that foul.
No, must have been.
So are you, not you, Katie.
Must have been a little bit of.
Must have happened in the stack.
Yeah.
The contact. But the reset happens there, and inbounds. That was Matthews Hunter there.
Yep. That's the goal.
Well, there we go. We got there in the end. I'm happy with the call.
Yep.
As we can see there, just listed for pace, and 2 Hills defenders were there, but just no time to react.
None at all. And Clips could extend their lead 9-7 now.
Yep. Terrific throw there. Nice wide pivot. Kept it low, kept it flat. Great form by Weatherall. Look at that.
Yeah, she is regarded as one of the best players in New Zealand. Yeah, playing for a number of their different representative teams, and now jumping over the ditch to play for a bunch of Australian teams such as Ellipsis and their WUT campaign, and
Also represented the Melbourne Flames in the Australian Ultimate League.
who is over here regularly enough.
Yeah.
She's almost as much of a dual citizen as I am, which is almost there, but not quite.
So, so Kahlipsquid maintained their 2-goal advantage. They're coming up on an hour of game time, so just over 20 minutes left until time cap. I think early on we thought we were going to get to 15 goals. Now I'm not so sure. We've had a couple of back and forth goals here. We could go the distance here.
A big whiny
Oh,
pull
oh.
from Evans.
What's the set here? How do they set? Yep, there we go. One-on-one matchup. Chuck
Yep.
Lee on Lely. Oh, Lely's lost sight. Chuck Lee lost sight of Lely for a second, and yep, inside break. There we go. Lely winds up. It goes wide instead. And Farrat.
Miscommunication there. Farrat has caught an injury. She's landed a bit funny on her ankle, it seems. She's wobbling.
Had to turn too sharply there. She had no idea that throw was to her. Good choice by Lely.
That was a great option, but
because she was wide open and had a
Yeah.
paddock, but just forcing her to turn sharply. In the meantime, Kahlipsquid have also made a sub, as they're entitled to. Lee comes off the field. The defence job being done with Andrews coming on to play offence. So Ash Evans to start with the disc. 35 from goal.
and he's got Lou back as his dunk.
Yeah, Andrews one out with Lely near the end zone.
Bit of contact between the two lads there,
Two
but
people coming under, and
Egan Griffiths,
offensive foul called by Weir. No, sorry, by
Hanley.
Hanley. Yeah.
We have Dan Roll, game advisor, coming in to facilitate the conversation if needed.
Yep.
He's not mic'd up for this game though, so we're just going to have to try and interpret what's going on based on body language and hand signals.
Contested offensive foul is the outcome there.
Yep. Egan Griffiths sending the disc back to Evans.
Yep, and so this pass will come to Egan Griffiths anyway. She'll either cut to the centre or heading up the line. Yep, to the centre. Oh, it's high.
Lully,
Great grab.
yeah, puts a bit on it. Lou finds Vino. Great one-handed grab from her.
Looks in board. Andrews, yep, there
Yep.
we go.
Kahlipsquid extending their lead.
Yep,
10-7.
10-7. We'll head down to Claire Hussey on the sideline there.
Just a little update from the 5-6 playoff going on the next field over. VLS are up 10-8
10-8
against
over
Meraki.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a good game over here, and VLS looking pretty lively. So be interesting to see who comes out on top of that one.
Yeah, thanks, Huss. Did you happen to see that call that happened there between Hanley and Egan Griffiths? What was the call in the end?
Yeah, I think it was a contested offensive foul on the cutter.
Yep, and so what was your view from there? Did it look like there was a push-off?
I wasn't watching the cutter, but there was definitely contact.
Yep.
But yeah, it looked fair enough to me.
Yep, well resolved though by both teams. So timeout called here. We didn't quite catch sight of who called that timeout. The advisors haven't signalled who called it. I'll assume that was Hills because they've just given up a couple of goals in a row. And just want to make sure the Squids don't get momentum and use those couple of goals as energy. But their sideline's pretty lively with what I can only assume squid replicating hand movements.
Now, just for a bit of insight on what Hills might be doing, we'll just see if we can get a guest commentator from Ben, who's up in the commentary box with us. Give me 2 seconds, pass you over to Ben.
Yep. Thanks for joining us, Ben. And Hills, they've conceded a couple of goals, and now's the time they've really got to dig their heels in. So what might have been said in that time out, do you think?
Look, I think Hills just needed to take a bit of time to refocus. They've just come out of that last game. It was a nail-biting finish, and they needed a bit of time, I think, to just put their heads back in the game, think about their structures, think about how they're going to counter this team and their offense, and really just use their connections appropriately.
Yeah, and if Kahlipsquid looks to have worked out their plan A of the Gann and Lely connection, who do you think's going to step up next if they're able to take that connection away? Who's going to come in and be a factor on offense?
Sure, I think I think Hutto needs to inject herself into the game a little bit, as do the girls in general. I think once Hills utilise their female lineup, which is very strong, and really work those 1-2 options with the females, not just look for the long shots, they're going to come back into this game. I'm hoping to see a turn straight up in this point, and then capitalisation from the Hills team.
Cool. Thanks very much, Ben. The pull goes up. It's going to land just in bounds, so Hills will play it from the sideline. Braden Cheng to pick it up and play it quickly inboard to Hudson. Hudson's got Monty deep, one out with Weatherall on her own, but can't get the throw out cleanly. Cheng.
Finds Tan on that far sideline. She looks at options, put the flick out. Oh, safely in the hands of Hudson there. She wants to centre it, but she's got a huge mark on her from Andrews.
Oh, huge layout bit from Copland. Monty on her own on this far side. Hudson unmarked.
Moving it through there. Finding Hannah. Back to Hudson. I think she's struggling a little bit with that big mark from Rob Andrews.
With the straight up force. Trapped on the sideline now. Can they keep him here? Black, 5 metres from goal.
Great grab there.
Looks inboard. Oh, just around the shoulder of Lee. Hudson unmarked.
Wants to put it to Monty, but knows that there's too many defenders in that space. Finds Black though. Oh, there's a bit of a fumble.
And turnover. He's let go of it straight into Mar's stationary hand and had a go at it, and it's hit the deck.
It was almost a little bit of a fake just for Leeds. Just lost his grip on it.
A little too eager with the fake, and care to a good fake is that you sometimes throw it. Andrews, huge put for Weatherall. Weatherall's just got to drop straight into her lap. Look at that.
She's got that easy. She takes her time, thinks about her options. She's trying to find something deep, but
She's got forward and backwards options, but
great run through D there. That was from Hannah.
Yep.
He just knew that she wanted to put that to Lee as the stall count was getting high.
Yep.
Tan did a great job marking on Steph Chong as well. Steph could not get open for days.
Yep. So Hills to run with their split stack with Black and Monty working together with 3 other cutters on this near sideline. Weatherall is going to set off the back.
Hudson.
To Monty.
Bounces out of her hand though, just coming in with a little bit too much force.
Yep.
Prentice to pick up from that far sideline.
Yep.
Less than 15 metres to go to get that in the goal.
She'll look to Mar immediately here. Oh, maybe not.
Puts it into the end zone.
Yep.
Bounces out of the hands of Lee. Weaverall tries to get a bid, but no chance.
She was looking straight in field and just caught Lee's moving out of the corner of her eye, just fired it straight at him. I don't think Lee expected it to come to him. I think he was just making an initial movement. And just that clear non-verbal communication, just that look and a nod. Black cuts deep immediately, he'll come under.
Have Karamar poaching the lane a bit. Finds Monty though. Prentice put a huge mark on her.
Not many coming towards her.
No. Puts a huge forehand
Monty's
swing.
gone, she's in the end zone. But gets coverage.
Oh, great grab there from Cheng. He puts it out.
Cheng to Monty. She's got it.
She 100%
Yep.
has it. There it is.
Over the top of Weatherall. Great shot.
Fantastic vision there from Cheng. Just
Yep.
knew that Monty was there. She had the space. He just had to put it high.
Yeah, Monty absolutely worked the defence over there. They knew that she was going to be the primary target. Was switching players off her. But yeah, she just, like we said before, just knows how to find that space. And a shot over the top. No one else is going to get to that. Monty just had to wheel back and take the two-hander. So 10-8.
Still have a game on our hands.
Yeah, it's still the pressure is still on Hills at the moment. Kahlipsquid just need to continue receiving these opals and putting them downwind. I wouldn't be surprised if they just sort of get it's not impatience. I think they just need to really sort of stamp themselves in the game just by putting a couple of deep shots up. So
Yeah.
who's on the field now? We've got Ma, Hines, Vino, Ely, Liu, Egan Griffiths. So Egan Griffiths, I reckon, will work here with Ma.
Yeah.
Bit of handler isolation. Ely will start in the middle.
Yeah.
Ely will be the main target heading to the left.
And then I reckon you is their other option as well.
Yep. Who's going to put the shot? That's the only question.
I'll put my money on Karamar.
Angus Hines, I reckon he'll want the point to be over. So Hines is at the front of the stack, and he's got the Lely match up. So Egan Griffiths and Ma. Oh, look at that. Ma up the line. Oh, Leo's coming. Oh, just about causing traffic, and that's gone too far.
Yeah, just Alex Gann knows Hannah Monty is there.
Yep,
Has it.
That's a huge point for Hills, and that's going to be a momentum shift. That's
100%.
Yep. I think just there's two cuts come at once on that offensive movement. We look again, that Gann completely unmarked. Monty had taken off. She, as soon as the squid throw went up, she knew that was going to be a turn.
Yeah.
And took off to the far corner of the end zone.
That's just great vision and understanding what the other team's capable of and
what's going to happen.
exactly.
You see, put the hand up, you better throw it to me.
Yeah. And in the event that Lou did happen to catch that overthrow and break swing, I think she just would have accepted the risk, gotten her horse, and ran back to give some defence.
Well, I think what happened for the Squids there is that Liu had gone deep to set up the undercut, and then at the same time, Ma headed up the line, and Egan Griffiths had to just not throw to either of them because of two defenders coming the other way, and just had to try and stick it out to a continuation. So it definitely wasn't plan A for them, but
No.
it was good defensive pressure by Hills though to force that error out of them, and that pull's gone out the back.
Yeah, a bit too much juice on that one.
Yep. I would have liked it to land inbounds or even land and slide out, but instead they've gone from defending about 75 metres of field space to only 45.
Prentice jogging that up to the brick mark.
Yep.
Hills electing to put on match defence here.
Yep. Split stack, Evans one out with Lely in the middle. Andrew's flashing across, set play here. Andrew,
Great grab from him.
Ely's gone deep, we can't get it to him. Matthews Hunter.
Oh, really low throw there, but Ma just picks that one up. No problems.
Love that 7 cut from Matthews Hunter.
Had no dump back, but Prentice jogs back, gives him an option. Finds Andrews though. Oh,
Flick.
that's a big contest.
Pete Ely.
Ely is the big boy who gets that at the end of the day.
Safe as you like. That was never in doubt.
No. Hills had 2 players on that, but one of them jumped just a little bit too early. Lully just didn't put enough pressure on it.
That shot was a low forehand shot with inside out to send it down the middle.
That's
Excellent
nuts.
throw. Pete Ely just backed his run. Excellent vertical leap.
And just great read. He knew exactly the right time to jump for that.
Huge bit there from Hills on the throw, but that throw come out from about 3 inches from the ground, and Pete Ely.
Yep.
Terrific grab.
And just shows that chemistry between Andrews and Ely as well. You know, they've played together a bunch with Colony and with the Dingoes, and showing that they are world-class players.
Yep.
And they have the silverware to show it.
And
Literal silverware.
Yeah. And so we talked about that momentum shift, that last goal, but just the composure there by the Squid just to strike back immediately. And I think just they'll continue pretty relaxed, like they're just happy just to put offensive goals in, but any spark shown by Hills at this stage is just going to be quashed almost immediately. So approaching 7 minutes of time cap, we'll get maybe 3 or 4 more goals in for the game. So Hills need to hold this offensive point if they are any hope.
That is a very swirly pool.
Yeah.
Gann does well to stop that early. Have Gann and Hanley back as usual. Finds a swing round. Find a player in the middle of the field.
Silver. Again.
Oh,
Well, he's out wide.
punches that one
Silver's
through to Lally.
all on his own.
Yeah.
Oh, falls short of the end zone. Oh.
Yeah, some sideline yells saying conservative. They don't want it just rushed. Oh,
Yep, offensive foul called by
Yep.
Copeland. He was marking very close. Gann would have been within his right to call disc space, but instead
Yeah.
he's just fended off, which, it can be a bit of a non-verbal, get out of my face, but Copeland well within his right to call offensive foul on that.
yeah. Lu Heng also making an injury call. I think there was a bit of a collision in the downfield.
Yeah.
Hudson coming on to replace her.
Yep. And so, an uncontested offensive foul, so the count will come in where it was, which I reckon would be about 4 or 5.
Easily.
Yeah, so only a half measure of time for Gann to find something, and it's pretty crowded around that disc. Just having a chat with the line assistant there, just to I think just to confirm what the outcome will be in terms of stall count and positioning.
The disc goes back to Gann though. He
Yep.
did sort of dump that round to Lally, but it's got to go back.
It's going to be back to Gann, and it's going to be in on stalling 6. So Gann will look to go backwards immediately, I think, unless he's got a quick inside break shot at that isolated cutter, but I don't think that'll happen.
I'd say Hudson will clear out here
Yeah.
just to generate some space. And yep, exactly that. Still
Oh.
looks for the backwards throw.
Took his time.
Gets it back though. Lost some ground, but centres. Oh, just a little bit overthrown for Hudson there though. Good option.
Janisek's been having a great game. We see her
Yeah.
play more as a cutter early in this time, but she's dropped back behind the disc this game and proving to be a really solid option.
She's now taking the deepest in the stack though. Looking after Weverill. This Clips will get another option and a bit of a fumble there for Copland. Chance for a quick score for Hills. Gann finds Lally. He's probably looking for Gann again, but he
Yeah.
puts it on the other side. Oh, and that's a safe goal there.
Good
Funny.
coverage by Ewan Weimer on Lely there, but forcing the bromance pairing to look elsewhere
Yes.
for once.
Yes. It finds the hands of Braden Chang.
To make that 10-9 with under 4 minutes to time cap.
11-9, I believe.
11-10.
11.
I think we
got-
haven't quite updated the
we haven't-
score bug yet, but we'll
Yep.
get there.
Sorry,
But,
yep.
the sideline scoreboard does read 11-10. And
Thanks to the crew for updating that.
yep, so by the time play restarts, we'll be under 3 minutes till time cap. So you would imagine this will be the last goal before time cap, unless it's a quick one. So we've got maybe 4 goals left for the game, 3 or 4 goals left for the game.
I'd say it's likely to be a game to 13,
Possibly, yeah.
perhaps
so,
12, depending
Yeah.
on who scores this. But if Hills manage to break here,
Yeah.
then it'd be Universe game to 12,
They
which would
wanna do
be
it quick-
exciting.
Yeah, they want to do it quickly. I reckon they need to just throw very aggressive defense here and be willing to, I guess, give up the risky offense. So rather than just sort of play it safe on defense and force them back and forth, they want to break and get that goal in before time cap. The players will have a rough idea of where the time is, but they won't they won't necessarily know it until it's called by the game advisors. So, Brick called.
Matthews Hunter taking it.
Of course, the time you see on your screen is not the official game time, it's indication only. We wait for the game advisors to give the official time cap ruling. Prentice pointing to death Matthews Hunter saying, please cut there. Squid's working his handler ISO again, just to gain territory.
All the cutters downfield though, working their butts off.
Yep.
Making sure the defenders can't poach off. Oh,
my
great
lord.
find there. Betty Tan almost getting a D. That Kahlipsquid gonna punch this one in likely. I won't call it too early though. This handler's working really hard. Oh, and Prentice gets rewarded.
Excellent offense.
All of her hard work that point paid off and she got the goal. Ma with the assist.
How did Matthews Hunter get that throw through the gap? How?
I do not know.
How did that happen?
Thread a literal needle.
But, we see here just a simple 1-2 movement from Ma and Prentice. Prentice just, she turned away but then just spotted the gap. No one was going to it. She thought, all right, I'll do it instead.
Yep. No, those two are having great chemistry though, having played a number of women's campaigns together.
And that fake selling Monty thought it was gone.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
And again, I'm still getting thrown off by Alex Prentice wearing a hat. She never wears a hat when she plays usually.
Yeah. Maybe she's trying something new. Seems to be working for her.
No?
Maybe she should keep doing it.
Yeah.
Cool, so that goal score still within time cap, so score target still 15 for now. But I dare say it'll come during this point. So let's see this point play out. That'll tell us what our new score target is.
Most likely game to 13, but
Yep.
could possibly be 14 if
Cool. We're just going to quickly cross down to Claire Hussey on the sideline. Claire, what have you got for us?
Just an update on the 5-6 playoff. It's just finished behind us, and VLS won out 13-11. So they're very chuffed over there.
Yep, good tournament for New South Wales here. That's 4 of the top 5 positions at this tournament. Victoria filling 6th and either 3rd or 4th, depending on what happens here. So Hills to start with the disc after an excellent pull, putting them right back on their heels.
Hanley finds Josinek. Quick movement over to Lally. He wants it
He is
again.
beating up the line.
Oh, finds Hanley. Great movement. Enough time on that disc for her to run onto it. She wants that dump though.
Oh,
Threads it through. Lou almost gets that, swings it round the far side. But comes back to him. He's got Lally back. Oh, just a miscommunication there. You could hear the
cute.
collective awes from others around as well. Nobody expected that. They have such chemistry, but just miscue there.
Kahlipsquid will be hating life at the moment. The number of times he's been beaten with pure footwork from Gan. He's not used to losing that many battles. Here we go. He's on offense now. Weatherall just biding her time at the back of the stack.
Evans, big mark from Lally, but manages to break it. Finds you.
Copeland's gone. Shoot, got her.
Eden Griffiths.
He's still free. Not quite, but finally turns and comes under.
Finds Weverall. And she's just thinking about her options. Not going to force anything. Loses some ground to get it to Eden Griffiths. And she puts a hammer over. Evans, quick movement to you. And Kahlipsquid extend their lead, 13-10.
So now by our count, time cap's gone, but I think it's happened during that point. I think we've missed time cap, and again, and Kahlipsquid have taken the win, 13-10 over a gallant Hills. Fantastic effort by the young team to bring the top seed out of New South Wales Championships. They've had a great season. Finished first in New South Wales Championships, second at ACT, and now finished 4th at the national level.